Hello. Today we're going to try making a mask out of a pillowcase and a t-shirt. Take your pillowcase, iron it so it's nice and flat. You're going to need a ruler, some scissors, in addition to your t-shirt and your pillowcase. Pins would be nice. An iron. And your sewing machine. Can I do that? All right. First thing you're going to do is out of your pillowcase, you're going to cut one rectangle 10 inches by 16 inches. And then from your t-shirt, you're just going to cut around the bottom. You want to cut off the hem, which is the little place where it's hemmed at the bottom, and then you just want to cut around the bottom of your t-shirt and cut off about a 1-inch strip all the way around. You'll end up, depending on how big your t-shirt is, a nice long strip of stretchy fabric. So now that you have your rectangle of fabric cut, you're going to lay it the good side down on an ironing surface and just fold in about 1/4 of an inch on each lower edge, the short edge, and press that in place. Then you're going to lay it back down and put your good sides together and fold it in half. So your pressed down edge is open at the top, okay? And we're going to put pins down the short sides here. Line up the 2 bottom edges. And use a 1/4 inch seam down this edge on each side. When both edges are sewn, you're just simply going to turn it right side out. Get your iron, lay it down, and press it nice and flat. So an entirely optional step, if you want to, is to go back to your sewing machine and just stitch down that little hem along the bottom. That way when you wash your mask, that will stay in place. Next, take your nice pressed piece and fold it in half, top to bottom. The folded edge at the top and the open edge at the bottom. Press right there. Next, lay it down and fold the top edge and the bottom edge up to meet that center press line. So when you unfold it, you have 3 pressing lines there. And you're going to use these as the guides for your pleats. So you lay it down and you just fold in about 1/2 inch for each pleat, or fold down your press line about 1/2 inch. Pin it on each side if you like. Go to the next one, fold that down 1/2 inch. and then go to the next one and fold down 1/2 inch. And this is what it's going to look like. Your mask is going from being approximately 8 inches long to being about 3.5 inches long with the pleats on the side. Then you want to go to your sewing machine and just stitch these down, stitch right along that seam or that edge, nice and close, just to hold your pleats in place on each side. Okay, this is what it looks like with just a teeny little stitching line on each side to hold your pleats in place. Next thing you want to do is lay it back down on your pressing surface and fold in each edge from the front to the back about 1/2 inch and press that into place. Okay, so this is going to be the front, and this is what the back looks like. You have it folded in about 1/2 inch, maybe a little more. It doesn't have to be exact. And now you're going to go back to your sewing machine and do one more straight line of stitching right along that folded in edge. We're going to create a little tube pocket here that we're going to put our strap through. And here we have our basically finished mask with our little pocket sewn on the back side of each edge. Now you're going to take a safety pin and your piece of t-shirt, thread the end of the safety pin through the end of your t-shirt strip, and you're going to feed that up through the lower edge. Now the lower edge would be the one where it's open at the bottom, okay? And it's important that it goes up through the lower edge. And you're just going to feed that and take your time because it's a little bit of a tight fit, all right? And work it all the way up through there so it comes out the top. When you get it all the way through that side, you want to take it back down and go through the top, from the top to the bottom on the other side, and feed it all the way through. Voila, here's your mask. Nice, snug fit, doesn't let anything in, and very comfortable around the back of your head. Now the reason we put the pocket in the bottom of the mask, or we left it open, is to create a pocket so that you can put a filter in there if you like. You just want to cut it to roughly the size of your finished mask. And you can use a coffee filter, you can use a paper towel, you could cut up the inside part of an HVAC filter. Lots of things that you could do to just add an extra layer of protection. It is really important that we use 100% cotton fabric. Woven fabric, which is not stretchy, is best for the mask. It's best probably not to use a t-shirt to make the mask part. T-shirt's great for the tie, but for your mask part, sheeting really is very good, especially a high thread count because it's woven really tightly. So old sheets or pillowcases that are 100% cotton are very good. Shirting, so old men's shirts, like button-down shirts are probably really good too, especially if they're, like a pinpoint or a really tightly woven fabric. So good luck, happy sewing.